you doing, good people? It is another week, so you know what that means. Another episode of Sports Vibes Podcast. And I'm your host, Richard Moss. And you already know the vibes, man. Listen, beautiful, beautiful day today. Great day to talk about sports. And we're going to get into again. You see the squad. Yeah, shouts out to Blake Griffin, on that all-star selection. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. Anyways, today is a great day. We all know what happened yesterday, unless you, again, live under a rock. It was the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53 down there in Atlanta, Georgia at Mercedes-Benz Stadium between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams. So, again, unless you live under a rock, you was watching it. I mean, we all saw it. We all saw what happened yesterday. And my prediction came true, but my final score did not come true. As I said last week in last week's episode, that the Patriots would win of a score of 31-23. That did not happen, okay? Even both the scores combined didn't even equal one of these, what I predicted, which is crazy to me. I could not believe the defense that was played in this Super Bowl. I mean, especially on the Patriots part. I mean, I would have bet my entire check that the Los Angeles Rams, between C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley, would have had at least 100-plus yards rushing. Jared Goff probably might have threw for another 200 yards with those, bevy of receivers he has, those weapons and Cooks and Woods. And I couldn't believe the defense that was being played last night. I mean, the only touchdown scored of the game was scored in the third quarter. A run by Sony Michel. So that in and of itself was just mind-boggling to me. I'm sitting watching the game. Like, I honestly could not believe it. Great defensive game on both parts. I mean, I know a lot of people might not necessarily like that. They want to see the flashy, high-scoring, very high-octane offense and things of that nature, in the Super Bowl. But, I mean, it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. So, I mean, all in all, to me, again, I'm such a football connoisseur. I mean, I love all games, I honestly thought the game was probably going to come down to a field goal, and the Patriots were probably going to win 6-3 at one point. That's what I was thinking. But, all in all, again, congratulations to the New England Patriots. First and foremost, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, 6 rings. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, as far as Tom Brady goes, I mean, to me, this, doesn't necessarily change anything as far as his legacy goes, per se, but he does have 6 Super Bowl rings. The only player on the planet with 6 Super Bowl rings. Tom Brady is in a class of his own. Honestly, Tom didn't play particularly well in the first half, in my opinion. There was some throws where, I was like, on the interception, yes, it did, bounce off a defensive back's hands, but I just don't think it was a throw Tom should have made. But, again, the Patriots defense, they didn't let that discourage them. They didn't let the turnover from Tom, take away their spirits. And the Rams, I was just so shocked at how many times the Rams punted the football. I'm like, every time it's just, third and out. 1 first down, 2 first downs. Then, now they're punting the ball. I'm just like, wow. I could not, listen, shouts out to the Patriots defense. I mean, really and truly, they should have been the MVPs. But, that was just, I mean, just, spectacular defensive game. I mean, honestly, on both ends, I'm not going to give the Rams defense, any less credit. I mean, they only allowed 13 points. I mean, if that's not the true against the Patriots, if that's not the true definition of bend but don't break, I mean, what more did you want them to do? That Rams offense, you got to step up. You got to step up. But, nonetheless, again, the Patriots win, this 13-3 game. I think one of the lowest scoring Super Bowls in history, as I can remember. I know it's the only Super Bowl in history where there were no touchdowns scored, through the first 2.5 quarters. So, that's that's something, that is definitely something that you like, wow, you can really hang your hat on that defense. You can really hang your hat on that defense. As far as Tom Brady moving forward, to me, again, as I stated earlier, doesn't change anything for me. Tom Brady's the GOAT. I mean, how could you even argue at this point? I mean, he's come on now, it's two clear of two more Super Bowls clear of the closest quarterback, Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw before. I mean, what more do you want Tom Brady to do? And not only that, Tom said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm coming back next year. I am coming back next year. And Bill Belichick isn't going anywhere either, which means that it is a very likely chance that the New England Patriots make it to the Super Bowl again next year. Isn't that crazy? Boy, listen, boy. I can't even. They just win every time. Like, it's like, God, you want to hate on the Patriots so bad, but I mean, you just have to respect greatness. I mean, you honestly do. I can't even describe just how great Tom Brady and the New England Patriots organization is. I mean, it's mind-blowing how good they are, honestly. What does this mean for Tom Brady moving forward? I mean, now it's just, how many can Tom win? I honestly doubt we'll probably ever see, a quarterback really, do this, to this level of magnitude. I mean, maybe we might see, but I don't think we're going to see this for a long time. Long time. I mean, it's just the longevity, the consistency, the just domination that the Patriots show every single year. It's mind-blowing. It really is. It really is. I mean, to me, I think, some couple, more important questions is, what does this mean for, Rob Gronkowski? I mean, he's 3-time Super Bowl champion. Arguably probably one, the best tight ends to ever play the game. More probably, going to get into the Hall of Fame if he were to retire right now. I mean, with those back injuries, the injuries on injuries over the years, the constant punishment that Gronk takes every single year, just being a big physical force. I mean, does it take a toll on him? I mean, does he say, I'm good? Does he say that? I honestly think if Tom Brady comes back and Bill Belichick come back, I think Gronk is going to come back. Because, I mean, listen, the Patriots have shown over the years, they don't even need Gronk to win Super Bowls. But if he's there, why not use him? I mean, Gronk's missed games on games. The Patriots still make the playoffs, still win. I mean, if I'm Gronk, why stop the train now? Why stop the train now when I can, potentially add more Super Bowls to my resume? Why? I mean, I don't think, Gronk should retire. But if he does, I mean, listen, the Patriots, they'll go out, they'll find another, 5th rounder, tight end from, Jacksonville State, university and turn him into the next Gronk. It's just ridiculous, the player development that the New England Patriots possess, honestly. I mean, so yeah, whether or not Gronk retires, I mean, we'll see. You know, again, you know, the Patriots, you know, they're used to winning, so they already know the next couple months, you know, gonna be a lot of TV appearances, interviews. They have the parade. They have to go ahead and coordinate. It's just that's what the Patriots do, man. To me, also, I feel like another big question is, so what? So what now for Julian Edelman? I mean, you know, Julian Edelman, multiple Super Bowl champion. You're a Super Bowl MVP. I mean, currently as it stands, I mean, Julian Edelman. I mean, he's on a 2-year deal, 11 mil, 7 million guaranteed. I mean, $11 million over 2 years. I mean, listen, Antonio Brown's making almost 2 times that on a yearly base. I mean, I understand Julian Edelman isn't the receiver that Antonio Brown is, but Antonio Brown only has a Super Bowl appearance on his resume. Julian Edelman has a Super Bowl MVP. I mean, that's just it just poses a lot of questions. I mean, you have your championships, you have a Super Bowl MVP. Does Julian Edelman leave, to go seek more money like, Danny Amendola? Or does he stay in New England system, takes a hometown discount? I mean, it's really and truly all up to Julian Edelman. I mean, does he want to continue to play for this great organization? And, he's definitely underpaid. For what Julian Edelman does, he's definitely underpaid. So, I mean, does he want to continue to do that? And, but his chances of winning are higher? Or does he want to go somewhere else where, your chance of winning might not necessarily be that high? You're going to get paid, but that system, I mean, like I said, Julian Edelman is not the fastest receiver, the biggest receiver, the flashiest receiver, but for what he does for the New England Patriots, he's perfect. To me, I don't see why you would leave. Again, I mean, to me, I always felt like winning was more important than money anyway, but not everybody thinks that way, and not everybody has the same financial situation. Some guys want to go get that bag. Other guys, they want to put rings on their hands. So, I mean, to me, it's just all about what Julian Edelman wants to do. Does he want to leave, go make more money elsewhere? I mean, he's not a free agent until next year, so he can, he can try to go at this for one more year and see what happens. Who knows? Maybe he gets another Super Bowl. We don't know. We honestly don't. So, we'll see what happens with that in the next couple months or, next year. See if Julian Edelman, if Bill, trades him or, we know, because Bill Belichick, he'll definitely trade you a year early than a year too late. So, you never know. You never know with this Patriots organization. Another question that's been real hot lately is the Brady versus MJ discussion. Now, we all know Michael Jordan, 6 for 6 in NBA Finals, 6 in Finals MVPs. Tom Brady has 6 rings. To me, as far as the comparisons with the GOATs, the GOAT comparison, to me, if I had to give an edge to somebody, I mean, both great players, amazing players, but if I had to give the edge to somebody, I'm going to probably have to give it to Tom Brady. Just for the simple fact is, I mean, Tom, the playoffs is a one and done. When I say one and done, that means you lose, you go home. You're out of there. There's no game 2. We can regroup, things of that nature. Stuff like, it's not a series. It's a one and done, single elimination tournament. I mean, realistically, somebody could beat Jordan 3 times, and they go to a game 7 and Jordan can win that series. Granted, Jordan never went to a game 7 in NBA Finals, meaning somebody only beat him twice. But if somebody was to beat Tom Brady twice, that'd be 2 years of they're out the playoffs. They can't make the Super Bowl. They don't have a chance to win. So to me, I would definitely have to agree, that's Shannon Sharp's take on that. I definitely agree with him that you have to kind of give the edge to Brady just with the physicality of the game. Granted, it's definitely been a lot softer now. Definitely have softened up, especially for the quarterback position. But still, I mean, you can't discount what Tom Brady's doing. Again, MJ's the GOAT. But when you can, over a 2-week span, game plan for the same team that you're going to see on almost an every other night occasion, I mean, that's, you only have to watch film on this one team. You only have to worry about this one team, this group of players. It's not, in the NFL every week you're playing someone different, so you have to prepare different. To me, I feel that's just a little bit tougher. So as far as the GOAT's discussion, if you were to ask me, put a gun to my head, I'd have to give Brady the slight edge, just for the simple fact it's a one and done. You only get one shot at this. So, Jordan, no disrespect to MJ or you MJ fans. I already know it's going to be crazy amounts of people, man, Michael Jordan. Listen, I love Mike just like the next person, but, I mean, you have to give credit where credit is due, man. You have to give credit. You know what I want to see also, too? If somebody can make this happen, whether it's Sports Illustrated, ESPN, or somebody, can we please get a picture of Tom and Mike with six and six rings? Because, I would love to see that. That's going to be my new screensaver if that happens. So again, shouts out to the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. Six rings, man. 6 rings. This man's going to try to fill up his whole hand, honestly. So now, let's hop into my second favorite sport, the NBA. And you already see the squad, man. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know what's up. So, pretty good week in the NBA this week. The All-Star reserves were announced for 2019 NBA All-Star Weekend, which is the 15th through the 17th. So that is next weekend for all you folks, that lead busy lives and don't really keep up with the dates. So that is next weekend. All-Star reserves were announced. LeBron James is back. The King is back with the Lake Show. We'll talk about that. And I also want to talk about some snubs, from 2019 All-Star, a couple players who I think should have made it, honestly. But, they didn't. So, we'll get into all that. So, first and foremost, LeBron James is back with the Lake Show. He's come back from his groin injury. LeBron James, who hasn't played since Christmas Day. Okay. LeBron James made his return this past Thursday against the Los Angeles Clippers. Technically, it was a home game for the Clippers, but we all know that's Staples Center. That's the Lakers' home. So, the Lakers did win 123-120 in an OT finish, behind LeBron James' almost triple-double. He had 24, 9, and 14. I mean, honestly, he probably would have had the triple-double. JaVale McGee missed a easy alley-oop. He kind of rimmed out the dunk. But, I mean, LeBron James, he said after the game that he wasn't a full 100%. He was at around about 80%. And, I mean, if 80% LeBron can give you a damn near triple-double, I mean, that just goes to show you how great LeBron James really is. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So, they did win. They did win against the Clippers that Thursday night. And Saturday night, the Lakers played the Golden State Warriors, but they lost 115-101. LeBron James didn't play in that game. He did sit out, I'm assuming, which was just more so of a precautionary measure for the Lakers and LeBron James' injury. But as it sits right now, the Los Angeles Lakers, they are in 9th place in the West at 27-26. Not necessarily bad, but not necessarily good either. I mean, they're 27-26. I mean, that's 53 games. So you only have 29 more left before the season is over. Now, at the beginning of the season, I did say I felt like the Lakers would win 50 games. probably be a top 3 seed in the West. I mean, in order for that to happen, they'd have to go 23-6 the rest of this 29 game stretch, which, I mean, is possible. You do have LeBron James, and if Anthony Davis comes, by Thursday, the end of the trade deadline, who knows? Maybe the Lakers could make a run, but it's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. 23-6 the rest of the way, and that's just to get them at 50 games. I mean, they don't necessarily have to win 50 games, I don't think, to make the playoffs, but, I mean, you have very little room for error in this Western Conference. I mean, I honestly think you have to win a minimum. I'm thinking a minimum of 45 games, which that might even be a little too low, but a minimum of 45 games. So you're talking about, another at least, 19, about 18 wins for the Lakers. 18 wins. I mean, that's pushing it. That's pushing it at 45. So we shall see. Do I think the Lakers could do it? Yes. But LeBron James, I mean, he's literally going to have to carry. When I say carry, I mean put the entire roster in his bag and put it right over his shoulder. He's going to have to carry this Lakers franchise, if they're even thinking about, doing something in the playoffs. LeBron James is going to have to play at an all-time high. Can he do it? Yes, I think he can. Will it be difficult? Yes, it will. But he is the king. He is the best player on the planet. He is LeBron James. So we shall see. I mean, again, as far as the Lakers go, we still have a couple days till Thursday to see what happens with this Anthony Davis trade. If he leaves New Orleans, if he stays, if another team gets him, we shall see. Hopefully Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka are working their magic. Hoping and praying that Anthony Davis comes to the Lakers, because, boy, they need a little bit of help. They definitely need a little bit of help. Moving on, like I said earlier, the All-Star reserves were announced. Some, definitely, a mixed bag. Some players I definitely, knew would make it. Some, were a little surprised. And I'm also going to talk about some of the snubs. So first, let me go over the reserves. So reserves, All-Star reserve roster goes as we have LaMarcus Aldridge, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Kyle Lowry, Anthony Davis, Chris Middleton, Blake Griffin, Dirk Nowitzki, Jokic from the Nuggets, got Victor Oladipo, wishing him a speedy recovery. D'Angelo Russell, hey, shouts out to Brooklyn. Ben Simmons, Klay Thompson, Karl Anthony Towns, Vujicic from the Orlando Magic made it to the All-Star game. Dwayne Wade, and of course, dangerous Russell Westbrook. Those are your All-Star reserves for the 2019 NBA All-Star game. So, to me, honestly, a couple I was actually surprised. Chris Middleton, to tell you the truth, I think he's actually a very underrated player. I honestly did not think that anybody really knew about Chris Middleton. I mean, playing, behind the Greek Freak. I mean, very big shadow to cast. But, I mean, Chris Middleton is doing his thing. So, I definitely, shouts out to Chris Middleton. I mean, he definitely deserves, the All-Star nod. Playing at a very high clip this year, honestly. And D'Angelo Russell, listen, shouts out to D'Angelo Russell. I mean, after being, picked second overall, supposedly, the future of the Lakers, and, he gets traded, to Brooklyn. I mean, it's got to put you in some sort of, you got to have, strong mental, to kind of, get over that. You think your career was going to go this way, but now it's going this way. But, I mean, things are looking up for D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he could be, future star in that Brooklyn, in that Brooklyn town. I mean, honestly, the Nets, they have, they have room for, for 2 max players this upcoming summer. So, who knows? Maybe, somebody want to come play with D'Angelo. And then Vujicic, from the Orlando Magic, I mean, is playing pretty well this year, but definitely was not on my radar as far as making it to the All-Star game this year. I mean, just, I didn't, not going to say he doesn't deserve it, but again, he was not on my All-Star radar at all. I mean, as far as some of the snubs that I thought happened this year, I mean, first and foremost, one to me has to be Big Luka from Dallas. I mean, Luka's averaging 26 and 5 as a rookie, leading his team in scoring. Okay, leading his team in scoring. I mean, I think Luka, should have been, he should have made it to the All-Star game. I know there's, an unwritten rule about rookies making it to the actual All-Star game. It only happens on my career. But, I mean, if there was ever a time, where rookie should have been at least a reserve. I mean, do I think Luka should have been a starter? No. But definitely should have been a reserve, was Luka. Jamal Murray is another player. I think, he was on the borderline, maybe the cusp, averaging 15. Yeah, Jamal Murray is another, one, that, was on the cusp, averaging 18, 5, and 4. Not, pretty decent stat line. Not anything that's going to knock your socks off. But he said he's on a good team in Nuggets, and he has a, great partner in Jokic. So who did make the All-Star reserves. But also to Rudy Gobert. I mean, Rudy, Defensive Player of the Year last year, averaging 2.2 blocks a game. I mean, I think Rudy should have been in there. Rudy, or if not Rudy, maybe Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris is another All-Star snub that, I think could have went either way. But, hey, it is what it is. It is the NBA. More than likely, I mean, not saying that they don't deserve it, but, Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade, it is their last run. So, I think this is more of, a, head nod from the NBA. Two legends, going to walk off into the sunset after this year. So, who knows? Who knows? We shall see. But, I mean, as far as the NBA goes right now, like I said, it's just, Warriors are still doing Warriors things. Number one in the Western Conference right now. DeMarcus Cousins is looking excellent. He's actually looking a lot better than what I thought he did. And listen, I'm sorry to you Lakers fans what he did to Kyle Kuzma. He bodied that man. DeMarcus Cousins bodied Kyle Kuzma. I don't know. Listen, I'm not getting in the way of DeMarcus Cousins. You can have that, big bro. I'm good. I'm good, love. Enjoy. So, as far as that goes, I mean, we're just, it's getting to that time. The Super Bowls came and went. So now it is full NBA mode. Okay, we are in full NBA mode, and I love it. I love it. So, that is again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Staying tuned every week. This is Sports Vibes Podcast, where you know the vibes. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you to all my followers. Thank you to all my subscribers. Everyone that leaves comments, positive feedbacks, that shares my videos. Listen, you is who I do it for. So, again, you know the vibes, man. And thank you. And I'm going to see you next week. Peace.